His money, his houses, his cars, everything he owned. They would have seized it all. That's exactly why selling his assets right now makes perfect sense. He needs cash to fight all these legal battles. And trust me, when you've got this many lawsuits coming at you, lawyers cost a fortune. Now that you understand the background, let's get into these shocking tapes. Some of this stuff is seriously disturbing. So let's go. First up, we need to talk about what Aubrey O'Day said. Now, if you don't know who she is, she used to work with Diddy. She knows him personally. What do you think Diddy's downfall means for the music industry and for men like him? Do you think this will help create some type of change? We haven't seen a downfall yet. We're just saying the trial was very public, and the details were pretty disturbing. They weren't disturbing enough to get a few stupid people in a jury to understand it, so wasn't that effective? Wasn't that much of a downfall? So recently, Aubrey showed up on a podcast and said something really interesting. She called Diddy's trial almost like a jail. But here's what got me. She said it's not even 1% of the justice that the victims deserve. Let that sink in for a second. Not even 1%. She went on to say that the system still wants to protect a lot of people. And she's not just talking about Diddy. She's talking about other individuals who did way more horrible things than what Diddy's being accused of. This is important because it shows you that this story goes way deeper than just one person. It's about a whole system. And honestly, that's terrifying. Now, this next part is going to make some people uncomfortable, but we need to talk about it. A viral video came out discussing a really big problem. This video mentioned not just Diddy, but a whole bunch of black male celebrities. We're talking about Tupac, Biggie, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Chris Brown, and more. The person in the video asked a serious question. Are we going to? Okay, so things are definitely not looking good for Diddy right now. You've probably seen all the videos popping up out of nowhere on the internet, right? And it's like, what's going on? He just sold his famous matte black private jet, the one he was always showing off, except for the baby oil pics on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, that one's gone. And honestly, this might be the beginning of his complete downfall.
Why?
Well, listen. I know that's why you clicked on this video. You're in the right place, because I'm about to show you every single viral tape that's been making waves on the internet. We're talking karaoke clips that made people raise their eyebrows, party footage that's absolutely wild, leaked audio that has everyone talking, and so much more. But here's the thing, it's not just about the tapes. We're also going to talk about why Diddy sold his private jet, and what that really means for him right now. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the full picture of what's happening with Diddy right now. So stick around because trust me, some of these tapes are going to make you do weird things, like clicking the subscribe button. Anyway, before we jump into all the crazy tapes, you need to know what's going on with Diddy first. Because honestly, if you don't understand the background, none of this is going to make sense. So here's what happened. Now, I'm not going to explain what he did or what his sentence is, as you might already know that. But right now, he's locked up in Fort Dix prison. And all of this started back in March 2024, when federal agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. I mean, can you imagine waking up to federal agents going through your house? That's wild. But wait, it gets worse. Multiple lawsuits have been filed against him by victims. And here's something most people don't know. If he had been convicted on the higher charges, the Southern District of New York was ready to take everything. I'm talking about keep supporting artists who hurt black women? And here's something really important that was said in that video. Consent can be revoked. Just because someone said yes at first doesn't mean they can't change their mind. That's a fact. The video asked, what are we going to do differently now that this documentary is out? And honestly, that's a question we all need to think about. Are we going to keep buying their music, going to their concerts, supporting them, or are we finally going to hold people accountable? Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do. But this conversation needs to happen because right now, a lot of people are choosing to ignore this stuff, and that's part of the problem. Okay, so this next story is kind of crazy. People who work for Diddy are apparently saying they haven't been paid since he went to prison. His spokesperson came out and said that's not true. They said everyone is getting paid and nobody has quit. But here's the thing. People who are actually close to the situation are saying something completely different. They're saying it is true, and that people have been quitting because they're not getting their paychecks. So what's really going on? Well, apparently there's a company called TriStar Sports and Entertainment that's handling Diddy's money while he's locked up. And they have these really strict rules about giving out money. So even if Diddy wants to pay someone, it takes forever to get approved. And get this, it's not just affecting his employees. His own family is struggling too. His mom, Janice Combs, and his kids are having a hard time getting money for the things they need. I mean, think about it. One day you're living this crazy rich lifestyle, flying on private jets, buying whatever you want, and then suddenly someone's telling you that you can't access your money anymore. That's got to be rough. And honestly, I don't feel that bad for them because of everything that's come out. But still, it shows you how fast things can change. Alright, now we're getting into the really shocking stuff. The New York Post came out and said they actually have tapes of Diddy's freak-off parties, and they were able to figure out exactly when these parties happened. These videos are from 2004 and 2005, specifically from VMA after-parties and Super Bowl weekends. Let me break down what they found. So there was this party after the 2005 VMAs. Big celebrities were there at first: Eva Longoria, Paris Hilton, Ice-T, Quincy Jones, the usual famous crowd. But here's where it gets weird. After all those celebrities left, the party completely changed. Suddenly, there were young men and women in different stages of undress. The Post said they saw people engaging in physical acts, and one woman clearly had white powder under her nose. You know what that probably means. And you know how they confirmed this was real? Diddy was wearing the exact same white t-shirt in the video that he was photographed wearing at the VMA afterparty. The shirt said, "God is the greatest," in black letters. So they matched it up. This was definitely from that night. Then there's footage from Super Bowl weekend in February 2005. Diddy threw this huge gala with celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, Ashley Simpson, and Joe Francis, the Girls Gone Wild guy. But hours after that gala ended, the party moved to a mansion that Diddy was renting for $20,000 per week. Can you believe that? $20,000 for 1 week. In one video from that night, you can see two men together while laughter is echoing throughout the room. And get this, it looks like Diddy was holding the camera himself, like from his point of view. He was filming while he was involved in what was happening. Now here's what a federal law enforcement source said. They said that after hearing about what's in these videos, it matches up with what they already have. And now their job is to figure out if everything was consensual or if people were being trafficked.